Wireless sensors in the Internet of Things have a problem. They depend on batteries, which means they often don't get installed in hard-to-reach places. And this is drastically limiting the growth of the IoT. But now, there's a solution. The revolutionary Evercell, about the size of a postage stamp, can power wireless IoT sensors for their entire lives without batteries. Evercell generates a very small, non-stop flow of electric power. This continuous output can be stored to provide the energy to support periodic readings and transmission of the data. How does it work? The tiny particles in all matter are constantly in motion. Within the same material, some particles are warmer, some cooler, and the combination results in the temperature we can feel and measure. Long ago, one of the world's great physicists observed that if we could somehow send the warmer particles to one side and the cooler particles to the other, we could generate electricity. And that's what Evercell does, with inexpensive, non-toxic engineered materials, using no fuel and no moving parts. No matter the measured temperature, Evercell creates a thermoelectric potential based only on the difference in temperature of the particles. There will always be a temperature difference because the Evercell is naturally recharged. The particles will always be reheated by the ambient environment as long as it's above absolute zero. Evercell gives us at last an inexpensive, reliable, continuous source of power for IoT sensors. And that will vastly expand the Internet of Things. Here's an experiment. Take a solar cell and paint it. Any color. The paint is opaque, meaning light can't pass through it. The red part of the spectrum is reflected back to your eye. The rest of the light is absorbed by the paint. None of it reaches the cell. But what if you had a new kind of paint, a coating that lets the light pass right through it, except for just the one color? The cell would look red and opaque, but at least 80% of the light would actually reach the cell under the coating. And what if this new kind of coating could be almost any color, in any pattern or texture? If we could do all that, a solar cell or sensor could be embedded in almost any object, or be hidden inside most anything, becoming basically invisible. But all of this is impossible, right? Not anymore. Welcome to Evergreen Spectral, the revolutionary optical coating. Applied like paint, a layer of Spectral is paper-thin, flexible, non-toxic, and highly durable. How does it work? Somewhat like a soap bubble. We can see right through the bubble, except for the reflected color. Now imagine a paper-thin layer of millions of tiny bubbles hiding a solar cell or sensor within most any object. For example, a security surveillance device. This one's for sensing motion, but it could be a sensor for vibration or sound or hazardous materials. Hiding the device isn't the problem. It's how to make it see out and how to power it. Batteries run down, and solar panels are way too conspicuous. But since the patented spectral coating can be virtually any color or texture, the sensor can be hidden in plain sight and be completely self-powered, running on sunlight, sensing motion right through the coating, receiving and sending out signals. That solves problems for our military and intelligence services, for border security, for industrial and home security. For another spectral application, how about a solar-powered car? Now we can install solar cells on the vehicle's roof, hood, or trunk and make them disappear. Evergreen spectral coating looks just like the paint. You can still pick your favorite color, and the vehicle gets charged while you drive, or wherever you park it, extending its range between plug-ins, or even eliminating plug-ins for short commutes. And if we can do that with an electric car, why not solar shingles? With Spectral, they'll look just like regular shingles and replace those big clunky solar panels. But hasn't somebody already done this? Well, they tried. Their solar cell is invisible, only at certain angles, and who lives only at certain angles. A solar shingle coated with Spectral gives invisibility from every angle, while also capturing more solar energy and costing less to make, no matter what color. Or consider the humble light switch, basically unchanged for a century, connected by wires to your lights. But with a photocell and the spectral coating, even in low-level intermittent light, this becomes a self-powered transmitter, signaling a receiver at the light, which turns the light on or off or dims it up or down. A remote control that never needs a battery, yet can keep on working for months in the dark and needs no wire to the light. So, a switch can be relocated anywhere without running any new wires. Just some examples of what can be done with the Evergreen Spectral optical coating. Evergreen changes everything.